you again. Come on in, guys. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm just in the middle of making breakfast here. For breakfast, I eat the same shit as I've been eating for years, and I've been eating egg whites and oats for breakfast. And that's exactly what we're going to be cooking up now. I like to mix up my amino acid profiles throughout the day. You know, it's just like training. When you train, if you do the same shit, the body's going to get used to it, adapts, it doesn't evolve. I feel strongly the same way when it comes to food. You have to continue to change it up. If you know me, guys, I don't eat fats. I have naturally occurring fats, and I'll supplement with my fats and high levels of, you know, my EPA and DHA through my supplementation, but that is pretty much it. Have a bit of flavor in. I am no Gordon Ramsay by any means. Whilst that is cooking, we're gonna move here because I'm gonna prepare some fish. Okay, so get your asses over here. I'm trying to remain in better shape now. So I still trying to put on muscle, and I have been successful in doing that, in putting on at least 2 pounds of lean tissue every single year. That is my goal, and it's been relatively easy because now I'm eating foods that my body assimilates and utilizes that much easier. There's something that I really wanted to show you here, so let me unwrap the fish. I'm sick of fish. When I was in India, I was eating fish all the time. Pretty much become a pescatarian. So this is what I do with my fish now. I get a little bit of this PB2 peanut butter powder. You can do it with normal peanut butter. So I'll put just a little bit, and I'll put a lot of cinnamon. So I love my cinnamon. Great anti-inflammatory, good for the metabolism. And then a little bit of water to that. And then I'll spread that on the fish. So cinnamon and peanut butter on a fish. I tell you what, it tastes freaking awesome. So all of a sudden, eating fish isn't quite so bad, you know what I mean? Then wrap that up tight. And I'll put these on George Foreman. I'll do this every single day. I enjoy it. I like having the food fresh. So I'm looking after myself from a different perspective. You know, what I'm trying to attain now is a better physical form, not only from the outside, but from the inside. That motivates me just as much as the vanity purpose of what you see on the outside. I had a full physical and medical done at the top institute in the country. And the doctor there said I came within the top 3% results of any that he had witnessed. So that made me really, really happy and really motivated to try to get into the top 2% now when I have a test again next year. So the turkey is almost done. The buffalo is almost done. My breakfast is done, so I'm going to serve that. Sometimes I put so much cinnamon on my breakfast, feels like I'm having a Cinnabon. And then I'll put some calorie-free syrup on there, and voila, that, my friends, is my breakfast. Get out of my way, I need a freaking eat. Voila. Right, so I like to have a cup of tea before I go upstairs to the office. Here she blows. Shush now. There, baby. There, baby, it's all okay. Good girl. Okay, so what I'm doing is replying and speaking to some comments here, you know, from some posts that were on Facebook yesterday, and I'll do the same through Body Space, through my body groups, and Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. And social networking has been great for myself and for Kaged Muscle. Obviously, for myself through Bodybuilding.com, the video series, that's kind of filtered its way through the forums and through social media, and based on that, I launched my DTP training protocol through that means, through the video series. So now, like, people have started a DTP forum group and DTP page, and so social networking for me has been everything, because same with Kaged Muscle, as I said, outside of bodybuilding.com, we're not going to be advertising in magazines or being at expos or throwing out samples or anything like that. So social networking is where we lie. Through social networking, we're reaching out to everybody in all corners of the world. I really wish this was around when I was on the farm in Wales, where I could possibly speak to Flex Lewis or Tito Raymond or Mike O'Hearn or Steve Cook. So when that person contacts me, maybe they're from Uganda or maybe they're from Thailand, Singapore, or anywhere around the world, I'm that person. So I'm going to make sure that I can do everything that I can within my power and time allocation to answer these questions for these people. This is a consistent journey that we're always evolving. We're always learning. There is no destination. There is no end in sight. Okay, that's it. We are done in here. To be continued. It just feels so good to be back in Boise. Obviously, I moved back here after several years in India and in Europe. I came to Boise originally after Ryan DeLuca from Bodybuilding.com flew me up here as the editor-in-chief of Bodybuilding.com, of all the content. Prior to that, I was living in LA for a couple of years. And I'm not really much of a city guy. I grew up in the country and I love the outdoors. Now, I look at the mountains here and I just feel so relaxed, even though I should be psyched up on the way to the gym. When I'm on the way to the gym, I'll normally have some heavy music. It's going to get me pumped up, get the adrenaline pumping, get me psyched, get my mind clear. And that's normally my ritual. I'll take my time, drive into the gym, listen to the music, kind of go through the workout in my head, visualize what I'm going to do when I'm in there, even to the extent that I visualize the clothes that I'm wearing for that particular body part. So when I go into the gym, all I'm doing is going through the motions, really. When I used to come here for the hardcore trainer, I'd be in more of a state of aggression. That was the energy that I used. I used anger as my energy to get through the workouts. Now I'm in a different place. And I think living in India and being exposed in a third world country where there's a lot of poverty, a lot of beggars, it's crazy, because some of these people wouldn't have a roof over their head, but they're the happiest people you'd meet. Before maybe I'd look at a dry chicken and rice meal and think, oh God, not another fucking meal that's for the fourth time the same frigging thing that I have to choke down. Now I look at that a little bit differently. I think, God, at least I know where the next meal's coming from. At least I have the ability to go to the supermarket and purchase that. At least I have the ability to eat something healthy that will give me a more quality of life as I go into my twilight years or whatever. Whereas a lot of people in India, they wouldn't have that ability. They wouldn't have that available to them. So now I look at working out and hitting my cardio every day and eating healthy as a blessing. Anyway, enough talk. Time for action. I always say knowledge without mileage is bullshit. So let's put in some mileage, baby. This is the worst bit after leg day. I did legs 2 days ago. And stepping into this bad boy sucks. But pain is pleasure, right? Alright, so we're gonna head on up to an area called Camel's Back. Hit a little bit of cardio up there. While the weather is beautiful, I like to take advantage of it. Alright, we're here, Camel's Back Park. Cardio is cooked. I feel so much better after that, getting the fresh air, oh, my legs are still sore from a couple of days ago. Now this is gonna be my fish and quinoa meal. Remember I cooked this earlier with the peanut butter, the peanut butter powder, along with cinnamon, so man, you'll love this if you try this. I eat my meals hot or cold. I don't give a shit, man. You got to control your environment and not get controlled by it, right? It's just as important for me to look after my mind as well as the body. So every now and again, I like to do some sort of form of active meditation. So I'm going to end my day with you hitting some paddleboard. So we're going to go to the paddleboard center, and I use that as my form of active meditation, and then I can get out of your guys' hair. So we'll finish this meal off and then we'll head on over to the paddleboard center. All right, let's get on in there. I think it's good to stay versatile and kind of do different things if you have the opportunity available to you. You know, before I got into bodybuilding, I used to do motocross and mountain bike and just different things. And I guess for a while there, I thought, well, if I'm doing this bodybuilding thing, I can't really do anything else, especially when I was competing. You know, you're kind of all or nothing. And that was definitely my attitude. So I was all in. But I guess now I let the opportunity come to me where I can do other things and enjoy other things. So anyway, let's get in this water. It looks beautiful. When I'm out paddleboarding, I find that if I'm focusing on the oar or the paddle going into the water and sliding through that, it helps me meditate that much easier. I'm not only just focusing on the heaviness of my hands or my feet or my breathing, I'm focusing on the actual active movement as well, which is very relaxing. As you can see, it's not very intensive. My school reports always used to say, Kris is easily distracted. But funnily enough, if I find that I have a subtle form of distractions, such as coming out here on the paddleboard, I find it that much easier to fall into a meditative state and that much deeper. Oh, that's better. What's even better is that it's time to eat as well. So I'm pretty much done for the day, except for going out for dinner. It's easier to drive on the roads here, especially in Boise. So you can eat and drive at the same time. Try doing that in India. It's not happening. Well, I hope you guys learned something today, you know, from the shoulder workout, a little bit about me. And I'm only as good as you tell me, and I always say the stupid question is the one that isn't asked. So if you've got any questions, or you want to comment, or you want to see more videos like this, go below and comment, give me some feedback. You know, as you guys know, if you want more content like this, keep coming back to Bodybuilding.com. So anyway, I'm gonna put some tunes on now. Screw you guys, I'm done talking. I want to listen to my new stereo here. You've had enough from me. Time for me now.